Every city will eventually, yours included. So this is what our fleet looked like when we started. 2,000 buses driving all over Los Angeles County, 1,300 square miles, and they're white, like pickup trucks, delivery vans, like the delivery vans that are scary because you think you're going to get bagged and thrown in the back of them, you know? And like every other kind of sort of, and rental cars. Like, don't you always feel like you get a white rental car? Now, if you have a white car, please. I do not malign, but, you know, buses, they just sort of disappeared, and they had this crazy phrase on them, travel smart, take metro, which is not good English, I think. It's sort of like think different, you know, except not as clever, and the ads weren't good. And so that's what we started with. But a great fellow named Neil Sadler, who was my first art director, joined the company when I did. He was the kind of guy that would go out and talk to the people in the shops. You know, we had all these yards around, and he would go out and talk to them and find out what we're doing. Meanwhile, I'm trying to take meetings in the building, you know, in the headquarters building, and meet people that I've been told I need to meet, and kind of like announce that we're here and maybe win a little business. And he's out there talking to mechanics, and he discovered that we have a paint shop. And that when buses come in, because they've maybe nicked a car, or, which never happens, by the way, you know, or worse, or they've hit what we call a midlife. There'll be a couple of transit geek phrases I'll throw in here just to get you guys, you know, going. When it would come in for a midlife, meaning it's halfway done with its run with us, everything gets replaced and it gets repainted, that sort of thing. And so for working into a process that was already existing, we took this and went to this, which was a super bright, candy, yummy, yummy trio of buses. We developed a special color orange called California Poppy. We changed the badging on the buses. We named the buses that used to go block to block, we named them Metro Local. So they sounded fresh and nice and servicing, and they didn't have the word bus in them, because guess what? People don't really like to get on a bus, even though it's a great solution. They don't stand up proud and say, I ride the bus every day. But I take a Metro Local, and it's orange, and I see it coming down the block. Or the Metro Rapid, which is the express sort of bus that stops every mile or so and is more like rail service. And I am telling you that it's made a huge difference. And now all the buses that are bought, we buy buses in chunks of 200, 300, because we're a great big company in a big service area. They all come in preordained in this paint scheme, and we design now rail vehicles, and we are into seat fabrics inside rail vehicles and in buses, and we're into everything now. But this was like a little start that we didn't really know what would happen. But what happens is that, well, I'm going to show you what's happened actually. The first thing that happened is we got our own matchbook car. We are the only transit agency in the country that has its own Matchbox buses. Mattel did this without asking. And I got a call from a friend who was at Target, and she said, this is so cool. Oh, my God, you guys have a bus. And I said, what are you talking about? And she bought one and brought it to me, and then I took it to the lawyers.